actually be moderating. Pleased to bring in right now and discuss this, founder and president of the Article 3 Project, Mike Davis. Mike, welcome in.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you. I mean, we were looking at the fact-checking on Donald Trump and the zero fact-checking for Kamala Harris. We all saw it, and then we also saw the legacy media rush to gush over this and how great she was the winner. But these undecided voters truly came away with a different perspective, and we're going to play a little bit of this right now, and here's what they had to say post-debate.
We've had both of the candidates in office before, and we've gotten to see what they would do. And when facts come to facts, my life was better when Trump was in office.
He spoke facts. She just basically repeated everything that Biden has said in the past.
She didn't talk about her policy changes between 2020 and 2024. Her whole centrist, moderate stance is just a facade.
Yeah, so much for the convicted felon line of attack they wanted to use too, Mike.
Yeah, here's the problem for Kamala Harris. Regardless of who the American people thought won that debate, it's not going to move the needle. Kamala Harris is the border czar who has allowed over 10 million illegal immigrants into our country and that the resulting migrant crime. Kamala Harris was the tie-breaking vote in the Senate for Bidenomics that blew up our economy, caused interest rates to spike, making home ownership impossible for real Americans in real America, and crushing economy that's making it impossible for families to make their budgets meet.
It's pretty incredible, though, that the moderators did their best to almost be on her. It was almost like they were a part of her campaign. You talk about the real problems. They never got into really any of those policy issues. They tried to ask her about her flip-flopping, and she diverted it. The first question was basically, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? She did not answer that. They did not press. Let's play a little bit of Bernie Sanders because, you know, he's been doing some real truth bombs lately. I don't know if he really means to, but here he is talking about the economic hardships. The millionaire socialist, if we may.
The economy today is an economy where working class people are struggling. That is absolutely true.
That is true, and that is Harris's record. And he also said she'll do anything to stay in power. So you couple that all together, I'm not liking the candidate there if I'm an American who actually wants, I don't know, prosperity to come back like it was under Donald Trump.
Yeah, if you want 20 million more illegal immigrants flooding into our country over the next 4 years, if you want skyrocketing interest rates making home ownership impossible, if you want crushing inflation where you're going to have to get a second or third job to support your families, you should vote for Kamala Harris. If you want to have the Supreme Court taken over by radical leftists, replacing Clarence Thomas and Sam Alito with radical leftists like Tanya Chutkan, who are going to take away our God-given rights to speak, associate, worship, and protect ourselves, you should vote for Kamala Harris.
She was really excited to get Liz Cheney's support and endorsement. Another rhino talking about the debate, Mitt Romney. Here's what he said after it.
This was classic President Trump performance. In the case of Kamala Harris, most people didn't know her terribly well, other than a few clips that were not flattering that you might see on the internet. And people saw, oh, actually, she's an intelligent, capable person who has a point of view on issues, and she demonstrated that time and again.
Wasn't she performing with the hand on the chin? Go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say this. I want to say when you have Mitt Romney and Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney out there cheerleading for Kamala, I want to say that this is a campaign ad for Donald Trump. I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message. If you want to vote for the globalist, warmongering wing of the Uniparty, vote for Kamala Harris.
Right, exactly. And, you know, people aren't really going to remember this debate. They've forgotten about Obama's debate with Romney, you know, when we were talking about this. So also, let's play that clip of Joe Biden wearing the, it's not a MAGA hat, but it's a Donald Trump hat in Shanksville. I think we have this. I don't know if there's any Nat sound on it, but I want to play this. All right. I mean, to James', report, there was a lot of back and forth. The White House rushed out a statement, as I'm not surprising. It was about bipartisan unity. I mean, does he know what he's doing, that it would go viral, or do you think it was a little bit like he's bitter about being pushed off the ticket by Kamala Harris? He's obviously not endorsing Trump, but this is quite a stunning image here. It's so late in the campaign here.
So it's either elder abuse or it's Joe Biden being very upset, rightfully upset, that Kamala Harris gutted him in a bloodless coup and threw out 14 million Democrat primary voters. The party that pretends like they're protecting democracy are destroying it.
Yeah, well, we got to still get what's behind that. A pretty interesting exchange, probably not likely to happen again out there on Joe Biden's next step. Donald Trump has had some legal wins. The lawfare, as you know, Mike, case by case, has either gone away or he's had some wins being pushed past election. But no doubt it is something unprecedented, the weaponization of our government. And it's also something that was barely talked about on the ABC News debate. I don't know if we'll do a second debate. Clearly, he has to go with moderators who would ask fair questions, and that seems unlikely on the legacy side. And I don't think she would do it. What do you think the best strategy is for Donald Trump, overcoming everything he has to be where he is today at this moment in time, 54 days away from the election?
Yeah, these Kamala Democrats tried to bankrupt Trump. They tried to throw him in prison for the rest of his life. They tried to take him off the ballots. And when the Supreme Court stepped in and stopped them, now they're trying to destroy the Supreme Court that got in their way. Kamala Democrats are underfunding Trump's Secret Service detail and almost got his head blown off on national TV. Trump is unstoppable. And the reason he's unstoppable is because Biden cannot run away from the fact that she was the border czar that brought in crime and chaos into this country. And she was the deciding vote in the Senate on Bidenomics that has destroyed our economy.
Yeah, I'm not sure the second debate's going to change any of that with the moderators the way they are.
Yeah, I mean, Kamala can't run from her record from the last 3.5 years. I mean, that's the issue. There's no amount of post-coup or post-convention, sugar high or post-debate, performance high, whatever. She cannot run from the fact that she's Biden's border czar with 10 million illegal immigrants raping and murdering, kidnapping, robbing in this country, eating ducks, eating cats. They can't run from that, right? And they can't run from the fact that interest rates have made home ownership, car ownership unaffordable, and the inflation has made it very hard on real Americans in real America. That is Kamala's record. She cannot run from that.
Oh, incredible. Mike Davis, always great to have you, doing great work over there, the founder of the Article 3 Project. Come back and see us soon.
Thank you.
All right, there was an